All right, it's now time to make the fashion metaverse with your favorite characters using Photoshop, Adobe Fuse for the characters, Mixamo for animation, and Unity for the interactive game engine. So here we have a final product, the model, and she's looking very sassy walking the catwalk and using the most latest fashions. So let's get started. Okay, now assume you have Fuse up here, and by the way, you can get that through Steam. Everything in this package is free, except for Photoshop, which for education is actually pretty discounted. Now to speed this up, I assume you already have your character, and I will pick this one here. Next step is go to File, Export, Export Model as OBJ, and I'm going to hit OK. Now, what I want to have is a demo, and I'm going to make an object file model for Dave. It's going to be an OBJ file we're exporting. Okay, once that's done, I'm going to look at it, find the folder, which will be over here under demo model for Dave. Now, what you want to do here is you have a diffuse map. This is model for top. Now, if I were to double click this in Photoshop, you see we have the model, and this is stitched, meaning the edges will match up, like this edge will match up with this one. And what I want to do is add a cool logo here, headshot, and then I'm going to take all these, Control A, right mouse button, compress to zip file. And I'm going to call this Dave for Mixamo. You want to keep everything in the same folder. There's Dave for Mixamo. And then the next app is Mixamo. So it's free. What I'm going to do here is now go to Upload Character, select Character File, and this is now Dave for Mixamo. Upload that. Okay, load it up. We'll hit Next. Now we're going to do the Auto Rigger. Then I'll go to Wrists. We'll drag this up. Elbows, Symmetrical, Knees, put those here. Groin, I'll put that up here. Hit Next. Now it's going to rig. Once that's done rigging, you take a look and say, yep, it looks fine. There's headshot. This one we can tweak later. We can still fix it. Let's go to Next. And then I'm going to go to Animations, and we'll type in Catwalk. So we have a selections of catwalk. I'll click on this catwalk walk. So we've got this over here. She looks good. All right. Now I'm going to go to Download. This is all fine here. Go to Download. We have to save this as Walk for Unity. Okay, so that's Walk for Unity. Now it's time to load up Unity. I'm going to type in Hub, Unity Hub. And this is assuming you have it installed. I'm going to make a new project. And I'll make a 3D core. Let's use 2022. I'll call it Final Demo. And create project. It will load up here. Takes a second. Here is Unity. Now the main thing we want to do is hold down Alt. And if I were to create a 3D object like a cube, we'll notice if we go to the scene view, we have Alt, left mouse button tumbles, pressing the middle wheel tracks, and right mouse button dollies. So I'm going to delete that cube. Also, F is handy, very handy tool. I'm going to delete the cube. Now, I'm going to go to Window Asset Store, and I want to grab my assets, and I want to grab this Showroom Podium Expo. Let's open that. And I'm going to import. We'll import everything. It won't take too long. Okay, that's in there. Now notice I can close Package Manager. We have Showroom Podium Expo. I want to go into scenes. I can drag this up. Let's go into scenes. I want demo scene. Don't save what we've got here. We don't need it. Now in scene, we have the catwalk. So the next thing I want to do is go into assets, which has all the good stuff in it, the assets folder, and make a new folder. Right mouse button, create folder, and I'll call it 3D models. I'm going to double click in there. And I want to right mouse button, import new asset. Remember, everything's in the same model. Demo walk for Unity is what I titled it. We'll load that up. Now notice what we have here. We have, this is useful at the bottom right. You can have icons. Go to materials. I want to extract textures. I'm going to make a new folder, capital T, EXTURES, textures, and select the folder. It'll drop it in there. Fix the normals, which adds detail. Let's now extract materials, make a new folder, materials, select folder. There we have materials on there. And then we want to go to rig and go from generic to humanoid, apply that. And then I want to grab this mixmo.com. I want to click it down here where it's located, go to animation. Down here, a loop time, so we can loop it. Now if I play this, you'll see that the animation is going. Handy players, that's what we'll get. Looks good. Now when I play this here, let's save the applied changes. Don't forget this important section, Mixamo, drag it, this animation onto walk from Unity. Now if I play, here's the play button. We'll see that we do have some motion. By the way, you toggle play to turn on and off, and right here, play maximized. I want to change it to play unfocused, and then we could see both scenes. So we have the scene view, which is walking here, and I use the wheel to move around. Now she does need some lighting, and the other thing is she's below the platform. Feet are sunken in there, so hit F, and let's drag this back up. And then I want to go to Window, Rendering, Lighting. And I want to go to Environment. Let's change the ambient color to color. Make sure this is dark here so there's no ambient color. Pull the intensity multiplier down so this is dark here. That looks good. And then I generated the lighting, so right now this is pitch black. That looks fine. Can't see anything, so now right mouse button. In the hierarchy, go to Spotlight. We're going to put in a spotlight. W will move. It's the QWERTY system, QWERTY. W moves. And now I want to go to the light, adjust the range and the spot angle. Notice how we see some color coming up. I want to increase the intensity, so let's pull this up here. I might want to change some of the colors, give it a hint of blue. So that's looking good. I also want to put one on top by Control D for duplicate. In the main camera, I'm going to add component, Cinemachine, virtual camera. Then I want to add component, Cinemachine brain. All right, so those two items are there. The key here to Cinemachine is follow and look at. Guess what we're doing? Drag the model, which is walk from Unity, into follow, drag and drop into look at. Now let's hit play. See what we get. All right, let me go from scene to game. Body is transposer, and aim is the same as follow target. So let's take a look now. And we have the character walking, which looks quite insane because this camera is going crazy. So let's go ahead and go into body, pull the yaw damping to 20, and also aim, pull this damping to 20. as well. Now when I hit play, you'll see a much smoother camera, and there's the model walking. For body, I want to use these follow offsets. So let's look at main camera. Let's get a little closer. Z-axis, not that close. And then I'll go to game, and then we have the model walking. Notice how you have your own design on there. In this case, we've got headshot, and there's your model walking on the catwalk. Pretty sweet. And there are many other things you can do, including a volume, like a post-process effect. So we can do some of those, and I will leave that for later.